Oh. Hi, I'm fine. Nice to meet you. Hi. Okay, let's start today's training. Hello everyone, I'm Ken. This is my last class about the servo, the troubleshooting. Okay, let's start today's class. I will introduce some common errors from feedback of our clients, and I will introduce how to solve these errors. And also today we have lucky draw. The same gift like two class before. Here are 6 parts in today's training. 6 parts. First part, we divided the foot and arm in 4 cottage. First part, the foot and arm of Wecon VD2 series drive are graded according to their the VD2 drive are graded according to their severity. We ranked it from 1 to 4, and you can see for these 3 cottage, from 1 to 3. The operation is stopped, but when error in category 4, when the error in category 4 happens, the drive will keep running, and we cannot set P10-3 to clear the error when error occur in category 1. This means after we check and solve the error, we need to repower. But for the other category error, we just clear, no need to repower. So we can clearly see their severity. The category 1 error is the worst, but the category 4 error is not so serious. This is ARM code. This is ARM code, and this is error code. You can see the error, and A corresponds to ARM. However, drive's panel can only display one fault when many faults or warning or ARM occur. The fault code with the fault code with the highest fault level is displayed. For example, this error A-84 and this error 34 happened in some time. The panel can only show this fault, this error. For more information about the fault, you can check in our SC2 software from U1 group, from 1 to 22 in U1 group. Use it to monitor the fault. Also, you can use the function, the first class I introduced, to the arrow function to check the error. This needs more information about how. Okay, I will introduce. There are 4 methods to clear the fault. First is SC2 to clear. Use this function code P10-03, and panel clear is same as SC2. Just set P10-3 in panel. And you can use DI function to clear. They have one function that A clear. You can set the value of DI function as 1 to use this function. And we can also use Modbus. We can also use Modbus communication to set these parameters to clear. Okay, this is the how to clear in SC2 and in Modbus. And this is our list of error code. You can see their content and correspond code. You can see more in our platform, in our wiki. Now let me introduce the first part, category 1, the most severity error. Okay, the first is error 2. This error means we cannot, this error parameter storage error means we cannot save setting parameters in drive. This error usually happens when you setting parameters in drive. Usually happens when you upgrade the firmware of drive. During you upgrade the firmware, the cable may be loose or the cable may be loose or drive may be powered on. And for another situation is the firmware is too old. Whatever these three reasons, you all need to upgrade the servo to solve. By the way, except these three reasons, the worst situation in error 2 is the problem of EEPROM. After upgrading this error, if we upgrading firmware and this error still display. We need to, then we cannot solve this problem in software. We need to change the control board. And you can see here are A.91 warning. When you write data, when you modify the data in EEPROM more than 115 times within 6 hours, there are A91 warning. But this warning cannot stop you write the data. If you still write the data, then this error may be caused. Okay, the next error is error 4. AD current simply conversation error. This is a hardware problem. Usually need to replace control board to solve. When this error occur, please contact to us. And error 26. 26. Motor code wrong. Motor code wrong. This error happened when the P10-5 is a wrong motor code or no motor code. You can see the reason. So do not support the motor. So we first need to check if the motor is correct. If the motor match the drive. If the type of motor and drive is no problem, we need to we can enter the motor code in P-5. These parameters show the motor code. Let me see in software. Yes. But these parameters is used to set the motor code. In normal situations, they will display. It will display the motor code in default. But if the driver cannot get the motor code, we need to set the P10-7 as 1. Then enter the correct motor code in P10-5. Finally, we repower the drive, and you can see the motor. And the motor code will be changed, and this error will be solved. And error 20. For this error, over current, there are many possible reasons. You can see the UVW path is wrong, or the PE terminal should connect to ground, or abnormal braking resistance. These reasons can cause this error. So we can check this error from these reasons. First, to check the code of UVW. We must U2U, V2V, W2W, and then check the PE. Check the PE if PE terminal connect to ground. And then check the power wire, if the power wire connect. Usually the value of, and finally to check the braking resistance. If it's the reasons of braking resistance, usually the value of resistance is too small. And the last situation is, and check if encoder wiring is connected or not. This is a normal check process. Sorry. And there are other situations. Well, is the acceleration, and the acceleration is too big. Also have these situations. For example, if we accelerate motor from 0 to 3000 RPM in 1 second with big load, the current will be big also. So in this situation, we need to reduce the value or select the suitable mode. Now you can see it stopped during high-speed running. And arrow 27. Encoder disconnection. As this arrow said, we can check whether the encode cable is loose first. We can plug in the cable or change a new one to test. If error still occur, change the mode to test. And error still display. Change drive to check the encoder terminal is normal or not. Now, let me introduce the error in category 2. This category error can clear, not severity as category 1. Now the first error is error 22. It's mainly caused by inputs. My power supply on the voltage. This error is mainly caused by the input voltage is too high, or the voltage is not stable. You can see here is the range of voltage our drive supports. The minimize of this is the you can see in normal situations the bus voltage is 310 voltage, and the maximum voltage the spot is 3090. And for 380 voltage drive, you can see also. So we need to check the voltage of industry first when this error happened. And this can also caused by abnormal braking resistance too, like the overcurrent error. High acceleration and deceleration can not only bring high currents, but also can bring high voltage. So this is two methods to check this error. Okay, next. Oh, and sometimes you test the voltage of industry is not over the range of our drive, but then the problem maybe is the voltage of industry not stable. For example, the voltage of industry is voltage of industry changed from 200 voltage to 230 voltage very frequently. Then it will also cause this error. And error 31. Power line disconnected. Just as the encoder disconnection, check the power cable. Just replace the just like the encoder disconnections. Replace the encoder cable to power cable. Okay. Now is category 3. Error 21. My power supply under oh, sorry. This part is over voltage. This part is over voltage, and this part is under voltage. Sorry. This error is very like the error 22 I just introduced above, the over voltage, but this is caused by low input voltage. Lower if the voltage lower than this 198. So we first need to check the industry voltage too, and if and the other method to check the problem is very like the over voltage, but no the reasons of breaking resistance. Oh, by the way, if the drive is VD2A, this type, when you power off, the panel will display this arrow. So we need this arrow will display after 4 or 5 seconds. After 4 or 5 seconds, when the drive is powered down totally. When you power on again, this arrow will not display. This is the software designs of VD2A. This is a normal situation. This arrow 23 is exactly what it means. Breaking resistance is not connected. There are 3 reasons. First, to check if the drive do not connect to external breaking resistance. First, to check the terminal. Is the terminals are connected or not? Check whether C, D are connected to short cap. And the connect is all normal. If this is correct, maybe the inbuilt resistance has problem. And for the second reason is the external breaking resistance error. Check whether external resistance is connected between P plus and C. Yes, and the final reason, internal breaking resistor damage. In these situations, you need to contact us to replace the internal breaking resistance or use external breaking resistance directly. And be careful for these models. For these models, their default value of P0-9 is 3. It means do not use breaking resistance. So if you want connect break resistor to this mode, after wiring, you should set these parameters to 2. And if you want to use braking resistor directly, you should also set. You can see the mode. You can see in our wiki which type of drive supports braking resistance. You can see this type is okay. I introduced how to calculate in the first class. You can calculate the braking resistance in the compute in our SC2 software. Also the download link. Then is arrow 34 and arrow 36. These two errors will happen when the load of mode will happen commonly when the load of motor is too big. For arrow 34, motor overload protection. That means the motor runs in overload status long time. When this error occurs, we can set P10-4 parameters to improve the overload value, motor overload protection time factor. But we should modify these parameters based on the heating of motor in actual situations. Because sometimes if the motor works in high temperature or the motor accelerations and deceleration frequency, in these two situations, these parameters should not set very high. You can try to use another motor. Use big power, support big power motor. And also the unreasonable parameters will also occurred, just like the overcurrent and over voltage I said. If you set the time of acceleration or decelerations too big, the heating of motor will bigger also. Okay, then is error 36. This error will only happen in position mode. Position deviation is too large. Because why I said this error occurred in large load mainly. commonly because if the load or acceleration and the acceleration is too large, motor will achieve deviation positions because the power of the motor cannot meet the requirement. Oh, sorry. And this arrow are different from the arrow 34. They are also same as the 34. They also have parameters to 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 modify. If the deviation is bigger than its parameters, drive will report this error. The default value is 60,000. Is 60,000 means okay. If you think the bigger deviation can, if you think the bigger deviations is enough, you can modify these parameters bigger. Oh, by the way, be careful of this. The input pulse frequency too high will also cause this error because our drive has limit about pulse frequency. Arrow 37 is very like arrow 34. Torque subtraction abnormal. You can see the reason and the solution. The lessons last week I talked about these parameters. So just have a look. You can modify these parameters to try. You can try to modify these parameters to solve this error. Also. And error 40 is easy. It's an easy error. Encoder battery fail. Just change the battery because for multi circle drive we need a battery to remember the position when it's powered down. Change the battery just like this. And if Sorry. Oh, there is an arm about battery also. I will introduce it later in category 4. If you don't want to change battery, and you just use motor as single circle type, you can just ignore this arrow. Set P10-3. And normally, battery can use in 2 or 3 years. Okay, category 4. This arm means we set some function to different ports. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is arm 84. This means we need to repower this driver. So just repower it. Okay, and this is arm 89. The port configuration is duplicate. It means we set same function to different DI terminal because the function can only use in one DI port. We cannot set to DI port as same function. So just modify the parameters in P6 group. And this is the this is a battery arm I just set. 92, low battery voltage arm. When the battery voltage is less than 3.1 voltage, this arm will display. You can, of course, ignore it, but it will remind you to replace a new battery. Okay, this is other faults analysis. Also a commonly fault. First is surf drive panel display fault. The panel goes no light up or displayed 8888. First, we need to check the circuit input power is normal or not. If the voltage is correct, then it may be panel error. You can connect computer to drive to check if the parameters of drive can be modified. If the parameters value can be modified, this means this is the panel error. So we need to change the panel. But if we cannot connect computer to drive, it means This means the control board is. This means control board has some problems. We need to replace the control board, not the panel. And the panel display OT or POT. This means OT is negative. It means negative limitation, and POT means positive limitations. So just check the DI setting and just check the DI setting and the switch. Then solve parameter setting problems when you set parameters, but the panel flash. This means these parameters is stop setting types, and the drive is in run status. Just disable the drive. Then we can set these parameters. And the parameters cannot be saved after power off. It means these parameters is not enabled. Just set this as 1. Then the parameters can be written to EEPROM. And these setting parameters didn't take effective. This means these parameters is repower type. So we need to repower to make it effect. Then is the motor rotate normally. Then is the motor rotate problem. If the motor doesn't rotate. First, to check if parameter setting is correct. Check these parameters: the control mode, position control, speed control, and the torque control is correct. Then check whether the drive is in wrong status. Let me see what's this. If the drive is not in wrong status, maybe you forget to enable the DI function. Set self-enabled function to DI in this book. And check whether the command source selection is correct. This problem may occurred by no input command. Check the PLC plus and check the analog input. All the mechanically blocked or not connect. Just check the cable and the hardware. And if the motor only rotates in one direction, check the parameters. Check the control command. If the control command change the direction. If the instructions is okay, check or connect the computer to drive. Use the jog function. If the jog function works normally. Then please contact to us. If the jog function works abnormally, this is the DI terminal of direction pin burns. Let me see. Just speed quickly. If about the communications between PLC and servo drive, and PLC and drive to SC2, I introduced in the first class. So if the problem of the communications happens, just see the first class again. Okay. The content is so much. Okay. This class is my final class, and the next training is VD3 SNET communication. Servo will introduce this next week. So please join us on time. Okay. Today's lesson is over. Let me enter the final pass. Lucky draw. Okay, Cindy, let me see who will join this lucky draw. Okay, 1 minute. Is anybody else? If you all resist the name, I will start this wheel. So if is this correct? Okay, let's begin our lucky draw. The gift is Sam. Gift is Sam. The first round is pen and notebook, and the second round is pen and doll. Okay. Okay. Let me see who is the lucky one. Oh, congratulations, his friends. You will get a pen and a notebook. You will get a pen and a notebook. Congratulations. Pen and doll. Congratulations. Okay, today's streaming is over. Thank you for hearing.